My name is Micah Eddy. I'm working here at Above Beyond Physiques. I am a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine, of course. As far as my past goes, I've competed in a lot of different mixed martial arts. I'm really big into combat sports, grappling. Done pretty good in that. Won a couple meets and matches from that. Since then, probably the last 4 years or so, I decided to jump into the powerlifting realm. Since I've jumped into the powerlifting realm, I've broken a couple records. I broke the squat record in New Jersey for my division. I've also broken the deadlift record in New England for my division. I think probably my next biggest accomplishment is I've recently become a firefighter, a volunteer firefighter and EMT. So I've kind of gotten a realm into that and decided to focus my training on first responders and functional training such as that. As far as my background in training, I am a sports condition specialist and a sports nutrition specialist. So that's kind of my whole deal, functional training and just getting people ready for more sports environment. The client that I'm working with today is John Hoffman. He is actually a firefighter himself. When he first came to me, he weighed about 260, 270 pounds. Looking to more or less lose weight and kind of help him out with his day-to-day functions as a firefighter. So when he first came to me, my first goal was to make sure I start with dropping weight, which he's dropped 40 pounds with me so far, and we're still working our goal to work down. And I've kind of gotten him used to doing movements and different things like that, just get his body used to doing the whole workout in general himself. What I did today is more geared around to a functional type of training, stuff that he will be doing on his job. Of course, with firefighter, you're always going to be a little bit off balance, so everything's not going to be exactly as like using a machine or just doing a regular bench press. That's why we did a lot of different things like step ups with the bag on one side, a little off balance type of stuff, more functional training. The way I started off the training today was more or less warming up his body, doing a lot of warm up in his body. Like kettlebell swings to kind of warm up his total body. We did some box jumps, warming up his total body. Then we got more into the functional part of the training. So of course, in firefighting, just different tasks that he's going to be doing, whether it be a search and rescue type of situation where he's probably going to have to end up either pulling one of his own firefighters out of a fire or pulling a victim or a patient out of the fire. So as you can see today, he was doing push-ups. Where he was pulling the brute force bag, which is like a sandbag, to one side. So he would do a push-up and he kind of pulls back and forth. That's kind of working on his core, gives him good balance, and just like I said, working more or less on his functional training type of deal. He also did pull-ups now, and of course in the situation, the worst case scenario in a firefighter situation is if the ground was to give out, the floor gave out on you. And of course at that time you would have to pull your body up in order to get yourself back onto that level. So we worked on some pull-ups in that situation. The line leg curls that we did in the workout was more or less for strengthening his hamstrings. So we kind of stayed more concentrated, more isolated on that situation. We also had bands kind of connected overhead where he's kind of pulling down. So at the end of usually at the end of when firefighters are trying to see where the fire is being extended to, there's a thing called overhaul and salvaging, right? So in that situation, he'd be kind of pulling the roof down, pulling whatever's overhead down to see if there's been any extension of fire. So we're kind of working, like I said, completely on a functional style training, so that when he is on the fire scene, it's like second nature. It's really just easy to do. It's not really working that much, put more work in now than it would be on the actual fire grounds itself. So that's pretty much what today's workout was about. Of course, for more information, you can always stop down here at the training center, Newcastle, Delaware. Of course, located inside Above Beyond Physiques. Our office is here, and you can catch me on Instagram, The Fit Firefighter on Instagram. Once again, it's The Fit Firefighter on Instagram. Hope to hear from you guys.